Hello, good afternoon, good evening, good morning to you all over the world. How are you doing and how has been your day? Wow, this is the day that the Lord has made, and we are rejoicing and we are glad in it. I'm so happy again to join my Jesus Christ Story Tuesday edition, the Family Lifetime series. We're cursed in the game by the Elesin and this wonderful edition. And as a baby, thank you so much. It's an honor, privilege to be joining. Wow!
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. I'm sleeping.
Can
Can you see me, sir?
Very.
You are awake. We can see you.
Can you see us?
I can see you loud and clear. I can see you clearly, man. I can see you
Yes.
clearly. I can see you clearly. By my right hand, I have my family system engineer, and by my left, I have. Welcome to a
We are
great
here.
one. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you. Wow. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we are happy to join your session again. I can see people are already joining. Oh, thank you, Adiola.alayo, all the way from Ogun State, Nigeria, for joining us. Thank you so much. So, over to you for this wonderful edition of Waohlife Jesus Christ Story. We're going to take it from where we stopped last week, Tuesday. Last week Tuesday we were talking about in love and in love. That is no longer in love, but it is now in love. Wow. And lest you forget, thank you for that beautiful session on Saturday, Family Lifetime Conference. Awesome. Wow, everybody here, there's been testimony all over. Thank you so much for what you're doing. Thank you for allowing God to use you, and thank you for saying yes to God.
Thank God.
Testimony all over. Thank you so much, man. So just a quick one again. Over to you. Would like to hear about what TeamElesin does, some of your courses, some of your publications. Would like to hear about those again. If people want to get or participate on some of your courses, how they can. Because I've seen people who are like 23 years, 20 years and married telling us that gbé àwọn ọmọ yẹn wá again now, jẹ́ kó wá sọ̀rọ̀ again now, gbọ́ àwọn gbọ́ àwọn yẹn. So over to you, ma.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, Brother Tayo, Mr. Tayo. Thank you for all you do. You've been awesome in doing this work. And people have started asking me questions. Is he married? So I think they will start lining up soon, to ask. So amazing work you're doing. Thank you for all the people that you're bringing together to talk about the other side, because most times as believers we don't know the importance of our testimonies. We don't know the importance of sharing authentically, to help other people in their own journey. And like we always say, we are still work in progress. 17 years after, it's not as if we have made it. We've not arrived, and we'll keep talking, just like Mr. Felix spoke. 40 years and they are still you know, making progress with their marriage. And so every couple has a kind of dynamic relationship. But in terms of marriage, the principles are the same. And so what we've decided to do is use our life, use our family, and then we came up with the Complete Family. So the Complete Family has the Complete Family magazine, which we basically, we are the publishers. We have Tim Carl as the editors. They are our proteges, mentees, but they are family experts in their own right. And so we came together and we're doing this together. And then we have another brother, Brother Toby, Mr. Toby, we call him Mega. He's into printing, he's into the media. So when it comes to the media arm of what we do, he handles all of the prints and things that we do. So we are a team. And so we work together. Then beside that, apart from certification, our marriage mentors have equipped us so we can actually coach, you know, people to become certified as marriage coaches. But before you come, we also do our work. Yes, you teach. And then I, as a family system engineering practitioner, I'm also in another family life team where I'm also a voice there. You know, I'm a practitioner, and I do quite a bit with that team as well. So what we've done with ourselves is to face the Complete Family. So I've authored books, and then we've authored some ebooks together, because every year for the past 11 years, we've been doing a flagship program which we call the TeamElesin Hangout. So now it has metamorphosed into what we call the TeamElesin Family Club. So we used our name to say TeamElesin Family Club. So we have over 100 couples, you know, about 100 couples in that family club. And so every year we try to have, how do I say, they get together with two of us. So every year we will have that. And sometimes we bring friends and mentors to speak, people that we listen to speak. So for 10 years, we've been doing it every October 1. And then for 11 years, we've been having that hangout. The first hangout we had 11 years ago, December 26th. So interestingly, we also belong to another group called December 26 Couples. So we've done quite a bit, but we just sit back to talk about the Complete Family. We counsel, we coach. Professionally, I coach. This is my business. Talking, coaching is my business. My husband works, but when he has time, because some people will come and say, it's TeamElesin, we want the full package. So we do retreats for people, you know, couples. We've done that during COVID. We've had sessions with people, paid sessions and things like that. Before, it used to be free, all free, with our airtime, everything. But now we're structured, and I am like the image maker. I'm the PRO, and he is the brain box. So he shares most of the ideas, and we just roll with whatever we have. So this October 1, if you go on Facebook, you check TeamElesin Family Club, we already have a group there, and we're trying to get people to come on board. So hopefully October 1, we're getting some people to come speak on that day. Normally it's a live program where people will come to a hall. We sponsor that event, food, drinks, everything, and we get some of our people, supporters, you know, helping sometimes to take off some of the cost from us. But we've done that for 10 years now. October 1, for 11 years, we've been hanging out with couples, just helping them do life, helping them to be real. But what we're seeing with everything we've done is, with time, we're going to the nitty-gritty. We don't want to coach people based on, say, we don't want to certify. We don't want to be known as people certifying people to do life. We want to say, okay, we will teach you your roles, your role as a husband, your role as a wife. So we've been doing a podcast, which is also an offshoot of the magazine with Tim Carl. So we do a podcast every day. We have about 147 or 48 episodes now. We started during this lockdown, the COVID lockdown, and we've been doing that daily, you know, send the podcast daily. And it's less than 20 minutes, sometimes 12, 13, 15, max, about 18 minutes for one message. But we have so many messages. So we tell people, if you want freemium, please go there and listen. And it's a masterclass. You will get it. You will get all you need on family life, on relationship, on appreciating your spouse, on communication, on intimacy, sex, everything. Parenting, it's there. It's a whole lot. If you go to that place, it's possible to tell people that I want to get certified, and they will say you've done well, because it's a whole lot of work. So you can go, yes, go to the podcast for premium. But if you want to pay premium, you come to us and we check if you are the right fit for what we do, and if you will listen, because we don't want to talk to people that are not coachable, not teachable, not trainable. People come to us, they have the money, and when you talk to them, they have their opinions. We don't want such people, okay? We are coachable, we are trainable, we have marriage mentors, we have coaches. So we don't just come here to talk. We are constantly learning, and we have people we are accountable to. So if you don't want to be accountable, you don't want to learn, because marriage has a mindset to it, there are principles. So that's that. So we have books written, we have magazine written, we've done 3 editions of the magazine. We started last year, and we're hoping to come up with a 4th edition before the end of the year. So basically, we're about the family. So we coach together. Then my husband on his own, yes, on his own, he does Character Academy, and he has 4 groups right now that he talks to about character. So Mr. Elesin, talk to us about it.
That's fine. We're talking about the home.
No, it's the same thing, because character is part of it. The value you bring in is part of it.
But most important is October 1. October 1 this year, please. Yeah. Mark your calendars. We will the flyers will be out by this weekend. October 1. We're trusting God for it's a Facebook event, streaming live for about 3-4 hours, talking real life situations to encourage couples to become stronger, better, more beautiful in their homes. Okay, and we believe strongly that this will be another warming event. It's going to be virtual. It used to be physical in a hall where we bring couples together and they celebrate each other. They have a dance together, they have a picture together, they eat a lovely meal together, and they have beautiful and frank discussions. They have fun games together. So this time around, thank God for COVID, but we're doing it online, and we're reaching everybody around the world. So it's coming up powerfully. We're trusting God for more than 500 couples. That's what we're trusting God for. So, and it's going to be a time to, and we'll be speaking, and some of the people will be speaking, and we're answering all kinds of lovely questions that we believe will strengthen the home. The home unit will be more beautiful, okay, after the end of this great event. October 1 market. Why is it October 1 in Nigeria? That's an holiday.
Yeah.
It's an holiday in Nigeria. So we think that that's the time that you take your spouse out. No children. It's just you and your partner.
Yeah.
You're welcome to it, and that's beautiful. So awesome. It's going to start at 2 p.m. It's going to start at 2 p.m. 2 p.m.
Nigerian time.
2 p.m. West African time.
Mm-hmm.
And we're looking forward. Even ourselves, we're looking forward to it.
Wow. Wow. No single, just couple, right?
We will look for somebody for you. We will look for somebody for you. We will look for somebody for you.
I want to attend though.
Yeah, so no, we'll give you VIP pass.
You get VIP pass. Yeah.
I'm the anchor now. So why would I attend?
Okay, yeah.
Anchor
so we'll have a session. We'll have a session where you anchor, okay? So that will put you in.
We'll talk about that.
I want to experience from the beginning to the end. Nobody should laugh here. Anybody that laugh, if I catch anybody here, nobody should laugh. Miss Adebisi, please do not laugh. See my eyeballs down. They are so, nobody should laugh. Thank you so much for that beautiful session. I'm actually looking forward to it. In fact, I was chatting with the Ajiginis a few hours ago about October 1st program that you normally have. I'm even thinking of having a WhatsApp group for Waohlife family now, so that such a thing, people can actually they can get more and be part of it. From our people, from the Solomons to the Jiginis, to Daddy and Mommy in UK and things like that.
That would be nice.
A lovely community, yeah.
That would be good.
Yes, so I'm talking to them. So by the grace of God, before this week runs out, we should have a green light, and way forward. Thank you so much for all you do. To our today's session, we are having the beauty of family plus in-law. Season 2. Over to you, sir. Let's start with you again. The beauty of family plus in-laws. Season 2.
Okay,
over to you, sir.
So thank you very much. Like we said last time, every man that comes into a home, okay, is coming from somewhere. Same thing, every lady is coming from somewhere. You didn't just, your spouse didn't come, just appear. Some people brought him up, invested in not necessarily money, but time.
Money, including money.
In parenting, you're right, including money.
Paying school fees and everything.
I mean, even if he was brilliant and he had several scholarships, whatever, it took effort, time, growing up, and suddenly you are now, okay, a part of his family or our family. Do not just disrespect them, okay? That's why for us, we call them in-laws, not in-law, in-laws, okay? And that for us that's the very, very important foundation that we spoke about last time. My wife, the next thing is you must be able to understand the place of boundaries. You must understand that there is a place of boundaries. Though this family brought you up, though this family, okay, your father, your mom, your sister, your brother is coming to meet your husband, and now it's a new set of rules. Because you might say, no, I don't think it can be a new set of rules. So your own family is totally new. That's a foundation we'd like to make this evening. That please, though you are coming out, you're coming into a new, you say, okay, myself and my wife, Tunde and Bridget, are forming a new unit. It's a totally new unit. And therefore, you do not underestimate the discussions you need to have. The discussions you need to have, because boundaries are key. So what are boundaries? Boundaries are parameters. Boundaries are clear, very clear demarcations. How many times are we going to see that? How many times don't belittle those discussions. When assumption, you see, ignorance is the worst level of knowledge. Ignorance. Because that's one of the places that people assume. Shouldn't you know? My wife will tell me today, I don't shouldn't you know? And I tell her, I'm not in your head. Neither are you in my head. It's important you put things on the table. So what we advise couples is talk about it when you guys are just starting, because then there are no biases. Nothing is creating the reason why you should not have a visa. Example, if you want to go into America, Trump will bounce everybody. Why? Because there's a bias. There's bias. But if there's a country, Malaysia or somewhere around the world, that nobody's even looking at them now, and you go and get their citizenship, because nobody's still fresh. Suddenly, in 3-4 years, they are now the highest gold producer. There is you're already a citizen, so you're your spouse, you guys are already married. So set those discussions. So what should you talk about? Frequency of visit. How do you give gifts to them? How do you take care of them? If they are aged, they need to be taken care of. If they are old, they need to be taken care of. Very, very important. You have to understand it. And don't say, my wife used to say this a lot. If your spouse, your father or mother needs a car, doesn't mean now that we must give my own father and mother a car. It's not tip for tat. No. you do it's per need.
Yeah.
It's per need. It's per need. Most importantly, we found out that another place boundaries are critical is siblings. The closest person to you as a brother or a sister, if you're not careful, if you don't manage that relationship well, will become a rivalry to your wife or your husband, your elder brother that you so respect, your elder sister that you tell everything. If you're not careful, my sister, you'll be telling him everything, and your wife and your husband will not know anything, and it's going to be disaster. And that is a big problem that we see in a lot of couples, not being able to manage this thing called boundaries.
Yeah.
It's a disaster. I can't count how many stories we've had. Okay, I can't just say some of them online. You're just asking, why can't these guys just sit down and have a simple agreement? We will talk about things to ourselves first. Or if we have told them, we'll put ourselves back. I give an example. A lady and a guy got married in Lagos some time ago. And suddenly they got married on Saturday. Usually before they got married, she used to go home. She used to live on her own. Every weekend she went home. So they got married on Friday. Saturday. On Sunday, she wanted to go home.
What she was used to.
She wanted to go home.
They're already married now.
The guy said, madam, you can't go home again. This is home. She wanted to go to another house.
This is your home now.
You understand? Yes. So what I'm saying is that, and that created a bit of discussion. And they resolved it, But what I'm saying is, if you don't manage it properly, if you don't create the right discussions up front, okay, of what, but again, boundaries are very simple. Parameters. If you just look at your house today, there's a boundary. So it's the same thing. If somebody comes to you, if you have a sibling, how long will they stay with you for? Is it 2 months? Is it 2 years? Is it 3 weeks? We have the discussion. Have discussion as simple as when they come, who cooks for them? Who cooks for daddy? Who cooks for mommy? It is as you'll be shocked the way those discussions will help you guys. Well, when things begin to happen, you already spoken about it, and they won't create tension. Okay, so that's the first thing I like to say.
Oh, over to you, my system engineer. Over to you. I'm gonna take it from you. Let's hear what you want to see. Yo.
So basically, what Tunde has said is very key. Creating boundaries is key in every marriage. And like we tell people, before you say I do, have conversations. Have conversations asking about the culture of the other person's home, asking about, what they do, what are their traditions, what are the things that they do, their culture. So when you ask all of these questions, you are now able to say, okay, now we're building a new family. These are the things we should do. So you have that discussion beforehand, and you know who is who in the family. And so why are boundaries important? They're important because the way some people see marriage is, now that you are married to everybody. And so they want to move it, So we always tell couples, when you get married, it's, how do I say it now? We advise you to stay alone for some time. Get to know each other. Because when people come, they will intrude. And then you are now saddled with taking care of others. Okay, so you come in and you get married and your mother moves in with you. It will become a problem because now you're not in the marriage alone. You have mom that you're taking care of, or the father. Once the authority is there, you can't be yourselves. The time you're supposed to get to know each other, know your temperament, know what works, you are using that time to hide and to talk to other people. So which advice, especially in Africa, because overseas is not so common where family just come in, except some other race or tribe. But what am I saying? Give people enough time, 3 months, 6 months. And Couples should always talk and agree. They should always agree. It might not be nice when you say, oh, we are Africans, and so this is what we do. No. I understand that it's the African setting with in-laws is like the tortoise and the shell. You can't remove the shell from the tortoise. But you can use wisdom. Use wisdom to manage the tortoise and its shell. They will say, love me, love my dog, overseas. Oh, they treat their dogs like human beings, and that's how they expect you to treat the dog, even if you don't like dogs. So you need to understand the same thing here, that this person, the man that you are getting married to, or the woman you are married to, has a family. So how do we treat them together? So you talk about it and you agree on terms and conditions. When I talk to people and say, do you know this prenuptial agreement that we talk about? Overseas is, okay, the money I have, I'm trying to protect it, and I'll say, sign a prenuptial. That when we divorce is not on the table as people of faith. We will say separate if there's violence. But if you sign a prenuptial and your marriage counselor is involved in it, it's to talk about your terms, conditions, and values. There are ministers that will tell you when they were getting married, they told their wives, this is the kind of ministry I want to have. This is what it will be. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for that relationship? And if you know you are not ready, please walk. My husband, I said it here, it was more of a business proposal. And it said, I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be doing that. Where do you see yourself in all of these arrangements? And I said, okay, if it's this one, I am good at this, I'm that. Okay, I see myself here. So anything he's doing now is not a surprise. It's not a surprise because he said those things before we got married. So I won't tell him that. And then when we were counseling, they kept telling him, this woman you are getting married to, you know how she is, you know her voice, you know everything. And they kept telling him, she's not your regular type of wife. So if he had the notion in his head, I'm going to get married to a woman that will just be at home and is seen and not heard, he was cured during our counseling because they kept telling him, this is not your regular woman. So when some issues came up later, I reminded him, guy, they asked you this question. Bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Bless you. They asked you these questions. They asked you, will you be able to cope? So now the issues are here. Can you cope? Because it's very key. And what we tell people is this. As a couple, when you do marriage as a team and you set your boundaries, you put your terms and conditions, you will have, how do I put it now? When you have conflicts from external parties, you are able to resolve quickly. It won't lead to issues because you've resolved it beforehand, including finance. How do we take care of our parents? How do we visit? How do we take their opinion? Who is allowed to come in? So that you don't tell them to come in. Just like what my husband was trying to explain, every same country have visa requirements. And even if there's no visa, if it's visa on entry, you must still be asked certain questions before they allow you in, before you become a domestic terrorist in their house. So they will ask you questions. So it's the same thing. You will be asked questions so that you will not come in and then you become something else. So they will ask you questions. So your values are key. Before you get married, what are your values? It has to align. So if they are coming, do they have those values? There are things we don't do. Sleepovers are not allowed in my house, except I'm going to sleep over, or we are all going to sleep over. So it's something we discussed before marriage and during the marriage. We are still discussing. So what am I saying? These are things that are practical. If people talk, if we get communication right in marriage, if we get communication right amongst us, external issues will be, they will be easy. What I am about to perceive my spirit to stay with you. Yeah, my husband will ask. I'm not the type that will ask question, how long are you staying?
The spirit of a prophet is subject to prophet.
I don't, that's the truth.
Of the prophet
my husband will always, now, sometimes he used to get to me like, how do I know? And what he's saying is ask them how long they're staying so that it's clear from the get-go. You understand? It was. My temperament admits people. I'm an extrovert to the core. He's an introvert to the core. So if you know those are the extroverts, I'm energized by people. He He's not energized by people. But now he has matured to the point where he can enjoy all sorts of people. You know, he's peaceful. But what am I saying? Communication is key. So I can't carry my whole community. Left to me, everybody can stay with me. Just understand that even if staying with me, you know about it. My husband, no, everybody cannot stay with us. You understand? So we balance out each other. So when they're coming, he's asking, how long? And I'm like, how will I be asking them how long you are staying? And we say, okay, ask those questions now so that when they come, it does not become issue of conflict later. And then I will be forced to say, guy, okay, how long are you staying? And if you're staying for a particular purpose, we know the purpose. Okay, is it 6 months? Is it 1 year? Yeah. Is it 2 years? So we know. And we prepare ourselves because everything, according to my husband, is budgeted for. Everything is planned for. Everything is worked on paper. And he will know how to, okay, let me see how we can manage the resources we have. So if you bring extra, people just show up. At the end of the day, the nation, the tribe will suffer. So he doesn't want a case where you come in and everybody's suffering and we are suffering and smiling. So he will say, no, let's do it this way. You know, so I have come to learn a style and it's helping me curb my excesses because you always have people like, as in two of us, two opposites, two people that have different ideas, different views. But the beauty of marriage is bringing his own, bringing mine, and meeting in the middle and agree to a new perspective, a new principle, a new way of running life so that there is balance. So we are not extremists at the end of the day. So that is it basically. You can have the best with in-laws if you just agree up front.
Thank you so much. You know, as I was listening to the couples, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Very
yeah, we can hear you, yeah.
Very well.
I was listening to the couple. I keep wondering, how can this lovely couple mentor a family and they won't turn out good? I'm just thinking about something.
Yeah, it's
the help of God.
The truth is, that's why we put the God factor in it.
Yes,
We've had proteges that came to us, and like we always say, be open. Bible says they were naked and not ashamed. So we've had people come to us and we will coach them. We will say this. They will do their own thing. And the basics, and which my husband is very particular about, is having the mind of Christ. Most times he will tell me, you are just talking. These people are not saved, though. They don't, you know. And I'm like, how do you know? He said, you know, by your fruits, because he's big on values. He's big on character. We are not perfect. So I always say, people, don't get us wrong. We're not perfect. We're all moving towards, we're work in progress, moving towards perfection. But there's a mind of Christ, how you treat people. There's a mind of Christ, how you do marriage relationship. There's a mind of Christ, how you work in a team, where you value the team as a whole more than your own selfish part. So it's a team. So when you're talking to them, the person is still talking about me, I, he, you know, I'm also going to say, this person does not have the mind of Christ, but because the person is self-centered, is selfish. So we've sadly mentored people that they came for coaching. Some escaped. They won't go through the classes, but they will still boast. So TeamElesin mentored us. But we tell them, our real Portuguese, we are parents to all, but we know our children. We know our children. And our children, it's seen in how they run their lives. And they do better than us because they take from us ideas and they do better. And we are glad. We are not tormentors. We are not witches or wizards that will say, let them not be better than us. When they excel, it's to the glory of God. So we are happy. But the truth is, some people you can mentor. We've had a few divorce cases. We've had some separated. But it wasn't because we didn't do right. They refused to do what is right. And they refused to have the mind of Christ. So it happens.
So basically, what you are saying is this: it's not every of your mentors that their head is correct.
My brother, that's the you said so, but all the proteges, there are some that they are different levels, you know, because people grow, they're coming from somewhere. They were nurtured differently. So in trying to nurture them, it's not, it's a lot of work. That's why I tell people, don't come and give us headache. We have enough challenges. So when you're coming, even if you are paying, we need to know that you are coachable, you are trainable, and you can listen, because we have mentors. We have our number one, we have our married mentors, and ask them any day. They will tell you, they don't give us headache. We go with our issues. So we go there, we do all night with them. Sometimes we are talking, sharing, but they know we will listen and take wise decisions, because in the multitude or multiple of counsel, there is, safety. So we will listen, because we are proper children. Our parents did their work, and then our mentors are doing work, and we're exposed to teachings. We learn. We come back and we take decisions. People will teach sometimes. I always tell people, say, you will teach me, you are talking, I'm running. I will run with what you said. Even you teaching, you have not started. When you not say, what is happening? I say, we've gone. Hey, you taught it, but you are not living it. That's why we say it. We don't want to export what is not working at home. Wow. We don't like that.
Wow.
So it's what is working at home.
Wow. Thank you so much. So you're basically telling us that if your gospel is not working at home, we shouldn't export it. Huh?
Most times.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Let me just share this joke with you. Many years ago, I guess this happened in Federal Republic in Akure, Futa. In fellowship then, when you have brothers and sisters and everybody starts saying, yeah, if you see yourself from apart, you say, brother, let's say brother Tayo, and the other end will say, brake bobroshke bro toko bobo. So you'll be lambashing in tongues from the two ends. So if they see each other on the road, so you'll be kabashing, kabrakate from the two ends before you not get close. So there's this particular day, I guess this sister went to see a lecturer, and the lecturer asked her out. So she was coming with such annoyance and anger. So the other brother saw her from afar and called her, Sister Dolapo. And the brother was kabashing, from afar, from far. Meanwhile, from the other end, the sister was saying, hey, brother Tayo. That lecturer, oh my, surely kiri kolo. She was busy saying it in Yoruba. All those conk. She was releasing all those weapons. She's from this southern part, the largest city in West Africa. And those ones, they are gifted in course, and oh my, surely kiri kolo, oh my, shake kiri kolo. Meanwhile, it's on the road. So people are wondering, who is this lady releasing some balloons for? Meanwhile, from this end, this guy was blessing the lady. So when they are about getting to the close point, they realize that they are two opposites. So the guy was like, Dogini, hey, elder, don't say that one again, don't say that again. The lady was like, brother Tayo, Cherry lecturer, man. Oh my, shake it, so it was just that, I share that to just buttress what you just said about having proteges who are not really cultured in their verbal muscle. So I really understand what you're trying to say. It's just amazing. Is it that we are fast? The time is so speeding, or I don't even know, because this is just 39 minutes. And we've only dealt with a single question. Anyway, let's run. How do you deal with I don't want to marry again in marriage?
I don't want to get married.
Explain further so that we get the picture.
Can you explain? What do you mean by
I don't
that?
want to get married already. Because
married already.
They are married, and they said, I'm not even doing again. I don't want to get married again.
So why don't they want to get married again?
They are tired of each other.
So why? So did the guy beat her, or did he? I mean, is it just
whatever
is
reason,
it for
what
any reason?
Basically, the topic we are discussing on in-laws.
Okay, because okay.
There's some families in which our wife, the husband, parents, 4 brothers, 6, another 2. So the lady got married to the family. So in the morning she will cook for 4 guys, father and mother, making 6. So their house is like a mini restaurant in the morning, mini restaurant in the afternoon, mini restaurant in the evening. So it got to a particular point in time, the lady fed up. She said she's no longer doing it again. Why? Because she's depreciating mentally, physically, and emotionally.
I can understand that.
Depreciating.
I can understand that.
Naira.
I laughed it up.
She's laughing. She said
Don't depreciate her. Say
he's the lady.
She's Naira.
Is she Naira? Is she Nigerian Naira?
No, that's not even the beauty is this. The husband is one of Nigeria's supernatural technological spiritualists. They are part of those that wrote the Bible, so they know how to conjure revelation to suit their analogy of perpetual enslavement in serving their ethnicity. So how do you deal with such? How do you deal with such?
So very, very important. Okay. For every couple listening to us today, we want to advise you, have marriage mentors. Have a couple you look up to. So now I will talk about, my wife will also please comment of what should she do. But as precaution, it's better you have, I asked a mentor one day, when do you have a team? You know, a pilot's about to fly. When does a pilot have a team? Is it when he's in the air and there is an issue? Okay, make sure he has the right team. Or before he flies. And he says, Tunde, the co-pilot is as good as the pilot himself. The co-pilot is as good as he said, you must have the right team before you start the game. Very, very important. Part of the team that makes marriage work, okay, is you need to have very clearly, you need to have heaven's backing, God in the equation. So we say marry a covenant person. Number 2, you need to have the company of co-minded people that really want to do marriage the right way. So for this couple, so very important that we preserve the marriage when it goes into turbulence. You can easily get succor or shock absorber from the multiple of counsel, the right counsel, or you will go into a family that will not judge you, but will get you out of the mess you guys are in. Okay, like the prodigal son running back home. The father said, "Welcome."
Yeah.
He went to make a party, not a meal. You know, he didn't give him water. He made a party. Think about it very well, sir. So that for me is important as precaution. Now for this lady, what should she do? Okay. Now, unfortunately, you said the husband is siding his siblings. He thinks he's doing her a favor, that she's keeping her in the good books of her siblings. Am I right? What should she do? Because it's wearing her out. Very, very clearly, that man is not wise. That man is, you know, my elder sister told me once, said, don't overwork your wife. Go and look at Proverbs 31 lady. She even had maids. She was able to take care of her household. So she has maid servants. Okay, do not overwork her to when she is mentally, emotionally imbalance because you will suffer for it. You will not get the best out of that. God was annoyed. He said, I am annoyed with you because of the wife of your youth.
We've treated her.
You treated her treacherously, without regard. And God is offended with you. Can you imagine that? That was so instructive. So very important for that guy. Listen to your wife. She's not everybody's wife. She's your wife. That's why the Bible says a man shall leave his fathers and mothers out and cleave to his wife. So that is, and if the guys or anybody is in that similar situation, you're not trying to be the best African man. No. What we're advising people is be the best spiritual or God-minded, Christ-minded man. Don't try to be the best Igbo man or be the best village man. No. You don't get it. God's not going to give you a tap on your back for doing that. It doesn't. You don't know. So for that lady, what should she do? Few things. One, I will ask her to look for the right time. Spend time to pray. First of all, go back to God. The Bible says the heart of a king is in the hand of the Lord, like the toss of a lever. He can turn it around. So God, soften my husband's heart. That's the first thing. Second, and spend time to pray. Spend time to pray. Women, you have so much weapon on your knees. Spend time to talk to God about it. Okay? God told Joseph about Mary. Mary wanted to abort. He said, don't. Joseph wanted to throw Mary away. He said, don't. That baby is important. Go and do the abnormal thing. Accept her. She was a virgin. She was pregnant, and everybody was laughing. The whole town will be laughing at her. But for heaven that intervened on Joseph's heart, because she carried a divine assignment. So all our ladies carry divine assignments, helping the man doing great things in God's kingdom. So very important, my sister, spend time on your knees. That's the first thing. Second thing, which I believe is critical, is talk to your husband. Okay, talk to your husband. Spend time and talk to him about the growth. If he doesn't listen, number 3, look for a friend of his that you can talk to. In the multiple of counsel, there is safety. Okay, look for a friend. Very, very important. Look for a friend around that because sincerely speaking, leaving the home, we don't advise divorce. Definitely, we don't.
What if she's about to die? She has depression.
So should she go on holiday? Dying. No. Should she go on holiday? To tell him I need to go for 1 week break somewhere.
1 week to recover from cooking for 6 people. Morning, afternoon, evening. 1 week is small.
No, how long have she been cooking for them?
He said so now. So it depends.
So it depends. So for me, and that's some of the wisdom I would ask. Okay, that she should put on the table, and I'm sure she's from somewhere, so she can go on holiday and say, okay, I want to go for holiday for this period and come back, but put these several wisdoms in place. God will touch the guy's heart. He will listen to your message. This tape we're talking about.
Mommy, you want to say something, engineer? You want to say something?
I think, I think basically what I advise women, there's a wisdom to doing marriage. It's not as if it's easy. For the man, it's not easy. For the woman, it's not easy. But like my husband pointed out, the word of God is what we should do. It's the word of God above culture. Because if we put culture in place, we will do things in a different way. And when God made man, he made man male and female. But in marriage, there's order. The order is the man as the head, and the woman, is meant to be submissive. But then what are you submitting to at the end of the day? So when the man is unreasonable, like I tell people when I teach, I have women in the Bible. Abigail was married to a confirmed fool. Nabal was called a fool. The Bible recorded this man is a fool. Nabal was a fool. But Abigail, a gracious woman, was married to him. But what was the wisdom she had? The wisdom she had was what saved her life. Because if David had caught Nabal, he would have killed everybody. Some people will say, no, Abigail is not a good example. I said, what do you mean by that? She was married to a confirmed fool. And she was living with him in peace. Even when he was foolish. But when his foolishness overran his brain, she had to activate wisdom by speaking to the king in David. That he was foolish did not mean she was foolish. Foolishness is not transferable. But if you decide to transfer it, you can. But she didn't transfer, he didn't transfer his foolishness. So she went to the king and she spoke and said, you are the king, you are this. That man is known as a fool.
Yeah, it's written in the Bible.
It's written in the Bible. He's a fool. Don't come to his level, because they will not say, king, you are not this foolish, because Nabal is foolish. So you don't put yourself on the same level with him. So this is what I would do. We have this, and that's that. And when Nabal heard, because initially his foolishness had overtaken his brain. When he woke up and a bit of wisdom came to his head, he knew he was a dead man. So he died, killed by his own foolishness. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what am I saying is, women to understand that they have wisdom. Men don't have some things that we have. And the wisdom is intuition. And that intuition, apart from being a godly woman, is also understanding the makeup of the man. What have you come to help? Some men behave like Nabal, but you've married him already. So the prayer part is key. Then the wisdom part. How do I live with this man in wisdom that I can manage his family, manage everything? So it's by letting him know at the end of the day, this is what I can do. I always tell people, it's not as if there's no food at home. I don't see why people eat 3 square meals, especially the way we eat in Africa. That's why you have obesity. Is not you reach, there's health issues attached to it. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, can we take turns? You have sisters, you have brothers. Who was cooking for these people before you came? If you want house help, go get house help. Go get house help. I married one person. I didn't marry father, mother, children. So we have to spell it out. And if he does not agree, then you take a break. I can't continue this. And as you were saying it, I was asking, is she not working? Is she not doing anything? So why will she be at home and cook morning, afternoon, evening? So let's understand it. We can't continue to cook and keep cooking. So what I will say is this: let's understand the situation. And if it's something that he's not listening anything, then please go to your mother's house, go to your father. We are not saying divorce him. Go home and get your life back and let him come in the proper way. You are somebody's child. You cannot come and kill yourself in the process of pleasing in-laws, especially those that are not grateful. And you didn't marry the man now to say the man to marry his father, mother, children, and relatives and co. Yes, you can be helpful, but if it's a daily work, then ask yourself, did I marry to become an house help? So you need to spell it out. And when you see it, and then you can ask questions. Will there be money provided? So if you say, provide the food, I can go and get a caterer to come and be cooking. And they will eat, I will arrange the table when I'm around. And then is she not working? Even if I'm a domestic goddess. Like I always tell people, I've lived abroad where you will have somebody that is your nanny or a housekeeper. And the person will tell you, this is when I work. And if the person starts work from 5, by 5 o'clock, the person enters their space or sitting room. Even if your children are dying outside, she's not at home. Because once it's 5, she has logged off. She's no longer there. She leaves. So that is the contract. There's a term and condition. So what can you do as a woman? You need wisdom. What can I cook? Can you get a caterer? You manage the man. But if at the end of the day it's unreasonable and he's still talking and feels you are rude or whatever, because I will tell you, don't be rude. But if it becomes overwhelming, you need your sanity. Take a break. I'm not saying divorce him. Take a break and then get somebody to recontract, because I don't think it's fair on the woman. Honestly, it's not.
Thank you so much for that, your beautiful analogy. You know, you ask a question, is she not working? Is she home? Is she a domestic goddess like you?
Yeah.
You understand? The answer, your response to those questions is what we think we'll be treating next week. Why? Because if I share it now, basically we have 55 minutes now, and it's possible we go off now. But let me answer you. You know, during the course of the question, I keep saying, I said, when you have those that joined Abraham to give us the Bible, when you are part
David just
of those who are more holier than Pope, who are more Catholic than Pope, who are more holier than Jesus Christ, who have specific, specialized scriptures to enslave mentality of potentiality. Do you understand? Who can brainwash abilities, who can brainwash capabilities with their generic mentality and barbaric scriptures. You know, those are the kind of people that will talk people out of their destiny into submissions, all in the name of feeding his own heterogeneous family, who are feeding on our capacity or our mental capacity. So when you have people like that, and she all in the name of, I perceive in my spirit that God said you are my wife, that you are to take me to the next destiny, and she got into the journey, and the journey now became a ship that is that doesn't even have fuel to sail. So that's actually what happened. So she's meant to work, stop working. She's meant to, beautiful potential, everything evaporated, all because we have to learn faith. We have to learn to trust in God. And these ones are getting fatter by the day. They are getting bigger by the day. The little money she has, she's grateful for them. So, and also the kind of husband is someone that will sleep, wake up 11 o'clock and know that she has to go and pray for somebody, pray for one place to another. By 4 o'clock, he has finished praying in Lagos and he come back. So I'm telling you a true life story. I'm telling you a true life story.
Yeah.
So
You understand?
I guess we have 57 minutes. We'll take this session next week. Because we are 57 minutes now. Your final word for tonight, Amma.
For me, I think that there's a wisdom to marriage, there's a mindset to marriage. Please, let's do, if we say we're Christians, let's be coachable, let's be trainable, let's be open to, learning from those that have gone ahead. And then understand that you are a man to make your wife better. You are a bridegroom. You're supposed to groom everything about the woman and not depreciate her. Okay? And then you are a bride as a woman. You're supposed to help the man. And that helping is the man. We're not saying don't help the family, but understand what you are helping so that you don't now carry, according to one of our protegees, say, lean on me, will become a press me and kill me, So we don't want that. We don't want that. So let's get it right that we're supposed to, it's a symbiotic relationship and a partnership.
Yeah.
1 second from you, sir.
So critical is, it's important that culture is so powerful. It will eat God's word if you're not careful for breakfast. So you have to make sure that you know the scriptures for yourself. For yourself. There has to be a personal relationship. You know what? Very important. There has to be a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Ourselves. That's important. Okay? And that is critical. Thank you. God bless you.
You're welcome. Thank you so much. So we've come to the end of this evening's Family Lifetime series with Team Elesin.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Florence.
We have a new team. Yay!
Yay!
That's your team.
Yes, correct. Congratulations. So,
he has named his team. Good job.
Yeah,
we're waiting for her. Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations. So don't worry. God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
We are going off now. Bye. Thank
Thank
you. God
you.
bless you. Bye.
Bye.